It's understandable to feel frustrated when a client delays payment, especially after you've completed a job promptly and to their satisfaction. Here's how to navigate this situation. Firstly, communicate clearly and directly. Express your concerns to the client. Let them know you're not comfortable with the delayed payment request and the installment plan. Explain that you rely on prompt payment to cover expenses and bills. Be polite but firm in stating your expectations. Secondly, establish clear payment terms for future projects. Before starting any work, outline the payment schedule, acceptable payment methods, and any late payment penalties. A written agreement or contract is ideal. This sets expectations upfront and protects both parties. Thirdly, consider offering alternative solutions if the client is experiencing genuine financial difficulties. Suggest a payment plan that works for both of you but ensures you receive payment within a reasonable timeframe. This shows flexibility while still safeguarding your income. Fourthly, set boundaries with friends and family when it comes to business. Make it clear that while you value the relationship, you need to prioritize your professional obligations. This prevents misunderstandings and protects your business interests. Fifthly, consider legal action as a last resort if all other attempts to resolve the issue amicably fail. This could involve sending a demand letter from an attorney or filing a small claims case. However, weigh the potential impact on the relationship before pursuing legal action. Additional tips include keeping written records of all communications and agreements. Document everything, including emails, text messages, and phone calls. This can be helpful if you need to take further action. Also consider invoicing the client formally for the work he did. A professional invoice provides a clear record of the services provided and the amount owed. And remain professional and respectful throughout the process, even if you're frustrated. This will help maintain a positive relationship and increase the likelihood of a resolution. Remember that the situation could potentially impact your relationship with the client, so weigh the consequences carefully before taking any action. Open and honest communication is often the best approach. Consider implementing a few key strategies to prevent similar situations from arising in the future. Firstly, implement a formal contract or agreement for all projects, regardless of the client. This document should clearly outline the scope of work, payment terms, and any other relevant details. Secondly, require a deposit upfront before starting any work. This demonstrates the client's commitment and provides you with some financial security. Thirdly, send regular invoices and payment reminders. Don't be afraid to follow up with clients to ensure timely payment. Fourthly, consider offering early payment discount as an incentive for clients to pay promptly. This can encourage them to prioritize your invoices. Fifthly, establish a clear late payment policy. This policy should outline the consequences of late payments, such as late fees or suspension of services. These preventive measures can help you avoid payment disputes and ensure you get paid on time for your work. Remember, it's important to protect your business and your financial well-being. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and demand fair compensation for your services. Evaluate the situation with the client to ascertain their point of view. Is the client having financial difficulty, perhaps related to layoffs or a significant unplanned repair to something like their car or home? Is the payment being held up due to something on your end, like an invoicing error? Or is the client simply trying to get away with not paying, or paying far less than the agreed upon price? If the client is in financial hardship, and you wish to retain them as a client, an adjusted payment plan may work. If you are at fault, correct the invoicing issue or other issues immediately and communicate this to the client. If the client is attempting to avoid payment, a firmer approach is required. Take the time to review the communications with the client to ensure that the price, scope, and payment terms were clearly explained in writing. Next, review your options for recourse. If the amount due is small, is it worth it to damage the relationship with the client by filing suit? For larger amounts, consider whether it is worth the time and expense to engage with lawyers to pursue the funds. What are your chances of winning? Does the client have the ability to pay if you win? Weigh these factors carefully to determine if pursuing the money is worthwhile. There are several strategies you can use to improve your chances of getting paid. Firstly, send invoices promptly after completing the work. The sooner you send the invoice, the sooner you'll get paid. Secondly, make it easy for clients to pay you. Offer multiple payment options such as online payment, credit card, and check. Thirdly, follow up on overdue invoices regularly. Don't be afraid to send reminders and make phone calls to check on the status of payments. Fourthly, build strong relationships with your clients. The better your relationship with a client, the more likely they are to pay you on time. Fifthly, consider using a collections agency for overdue accounts. A collections agency can help you recover debts without having to go to court. Remember, you have the right to be paid for your work. Don't be afraid to take action to protect your financial interests. Maintaining professionalism while also advocating for your business can be a delicate balance. However, by communicating clearly, setting boundaries, and knowing your rights, you can successfully navigate these situations and ensure you get paid what you're worth. Remember also to protect yourself by using the proper legal structure for your business. Do you operate as a sole proprietor, where your business assets and personal assets are the same? Consider converting the business to a limited liability company to protect your personal assets. Before you start any additional work, decide what the payment terms will be and communicate them clearly to the potential client in writing, such as in a contract. Depending on your industry, it may be customary to ask for an upfront deposit of some kind. Even a small deposit can help to ensure that the client is serious about completing the work and that they have the means to pay you. On the contract, include not just what your services are, but when payment is expected, such as the full payment within 30 days of the invoice date. You can also specify what methods of payment are acceptable, such as credit card, check, or cash. It is also wise to spell out what your remedies are for non-payment. Can you put a lien on the property where you perform the work? Can you take them to small claims court? If you must engage an attorney, will the client be required to pay your attorney fees if you win? If there is any disagreement as to the work performed, or the amount charged, make sure to document all such disagreements in writing. Avoid relying on phone calls or on your memory to document such issues. Get everything in writing, even if you must summarize the conversation and send it to the client for confirmation. Reviewing client payment histories can provide valuable insights and help you identify potential red flags. Look for patterns of late payments, disputes, or non-payment. If a client has a history of these issues, it may be wise to reconsider working with them in the future, or to implement stricter payment terms. Consider the client's overall business reputation. Are they known for being reliable and trustworthy, or do they have a reputation for being difficult to work with? Checking online reviews and asking for references can help you assess a client's reputation. Be wary of clients who are unwilling to provide references or who have negative reviews. In the event of a payment dispute, try to resolve the issue amicably. Communicate with the client to understand their concerns and attempt to reach a mutually agreeable solution. Mediation can be a helpful tool for resolving disputes, particularly if the relationship is important to you. There are several common reasons why clients may delay payments. Firstly, they may be experiencing financial difficulties. Secondly, they may be dissatisfied with the work performed. Thirdly, they may have simply forgotten to pay the invoice. Fourthly, they may be waiting for approval from a higher authority. Understanding the underlying reason for the delay can help you tailor your response and increase the likelihood of getting paid. When discussing payment issues with clients, it's important to remain professional and respectful, even if you're frustrated. Avoid getting emotional or accusatory. Instead, focus on finding a solution that works for both parties. Document all communications with the client, including emails, phone calls, and meetings. This will provide a record of the discussions and any agreements reached. If you're unable to resolve the payment issue through communication and negotiation, you may need to consider other options. These options may include sending a demand letter, filing a small claims lawsuit, or hiring a collections agency. Before pursuing any of these options, it's important to weigh the costs and benefits and consider the potential impact on your relationship with the client. If you decide to take legal action, it's important to consult with an attorney to understand your rights and options. An attorney can help you navigate the legal process and increase your chances of a successful outcome. Many resources are available to help small businesses and freelancers manage their finances and avoid payment disputes. These resources include online courses, workshops, and mentoring programs. Taking advantage of these resources can help you improve your financial management skills and protect your business. It's also helpful to network with other small business owners and freelancers to share experiences and learn from each other. Networking can provide valuable support and guidance, particularly when dealing with challenging situations. Remember, you're not alone in experiencing payment issues. Many small businesses and freelancers face these challenges. By implementing proactive strategies and seeking support when needed, you can successfully navigate these situations and ensure the financial stability of your business. It's also important to understand your legal rights as a business owner. Familiarize yourself with the laws and regulations in your area related to contracts, payments, and debt collection. This knowledge can help you protect your business and assert your rights in the event of a dispute. Consider joining a professional organization or trade association in your industry. These organizations often provide resources and support to their members, including legal assistance and dispute resolution services. It's also helpful to stay up to date on industry trends and best practices related to financial management and payment processing. This can help you identify potential risks and implement effective strategies to mitigate them. Consider using accounting software to track your income and expenses and manage your invoices. Accounting software can help you automate many of the tasks associated with financial management, saving you time and money. It's also important to have a clear understanding of your cash flow. Cash flow is the movement of money into and out of your business. Tracking your cash flow can help you identify potential problems and make informed decisions about your finances. Before taking on a new client, consider performing a credit check to assess their financial stability. A credit check can provide valuable information about a client's payment history and ability to pay their bills. If you have concerns about a client's ability to pay, you may want to require a larger deposit upfront or implement stricter payment terms. It's also important to have a contingency plan in place in case you experience a significant delay in payment from a client. This plan should outline how you will cover your expenses and meet your financial obligations if you don't receive payment on time. The most important thing is to remain proactive and take steps to protect your business. Don't be afraid to ask for help or seek advice when needed. With the right strategies and resources, you can successfully navigate payment disputes and ensure the financial health of your business. Be clear about when you will consider the job complete. Do not wait for informal approval or praise from the client, but base it on the items that you have agreed to provide. Document in writing if the client requests anything that is beyond the scope of the original agreement. What will the additional cost be? Will this impact the final delivery date? Get all of this in writing before doing any work that is outside of the scope of the original contract. By ensuring that everything is documented in writing, that the client understands the terms, and that you know what recourse you have if payment is not received on time, you can protect yourself from a negative experience and ensure that you are paid fairly.